As of right now, there's no roadmap for Disney Speedstorm Season 7 and 8. After The Little Mermaid, we don't really have anything left. However, I asked you guys, what do you predict the Season 7 and 8 roadmap will look like? Today, that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I do want to explain two things before we get into these comments. The first thing is leaks. When someone says something is leaked, this is something from the game company itself that comes to the outside. This can either be intentional or unintentional. So when you hear a leak or you see a leak, you have to be careful because sometimes it's false. The second thing that I want to talk about are data miners. Now, when you're data mining, it's a little bit more complicated. This is going to be something where you're going into the code and you're seeing if anything is altered or changed and looking for keywords and phrases and things like that. It's really just exactly what it sounds like. You're mining for gold. The reason why I bring this up is because information from both aspects can be false. It's a lot more complicated than that, but just know when people talk about data mines or leaks, it's not 100% facts. Don't get your hopes up. Only what is revealed by them is considered facts, even if they've been right before. Now that we got that out of the way, let's hop into the comments. So the first comment is from Mr. Weeb. They said, I'm almost positive we are getting Incredibles or Nightmare Before Xmas. I would actually really enjoy the Incredibles. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be a pretty dope season. Now, when we're talking about the Nightmare Before Christmas, that is something that has been leaked already. As I said before though, it's possible that they could have done it on purpose, for publicity reasons. I've had conversations with developers before in the past, and this is something that they would do to bring hype to their game. Whether you're a AAA company or a mobile game company, you will still gain numbers just by the simple fact that, hey, let's just show them something that might not come to the game, but it's gonna get them hype. That's the type of stuff that some companies do to bring traffic to their games, especially if they're not doing that well. From what we've seen, if they were real, yeah, that's already coming, and I'm hyped for that myself. But again, sometimes it's just not real sometimes. Mr. Weeb, thank you for your comment. I do appreciate it. Let's move on to the next one. The next comment is from Kraken Crunch Time. What's up, Kraken? How you doing? If you guys didn't notice that badge, that is a Poppin' Often with Lofton member. I actually recently updated some of the perks for Poppin' Often with Lofton, so check that out. Check that out. Click that join button down below. But they said Corey in the house, and I would love to see Tangled as well. That's interesting. That's interesting. Not the Tangled, that I can see. But Corey in the house, how would you guys feel seeing more real life characters in the game like Elizabeth Swann or Jack Sparrow? Like, do you guys think that's the direction that they're going in? Are they really going in the direction of real people? Are they going into the direction of Toon Disney and like all these other Disneys, or do you see them more going in the direction of old movies? I think they might continue to do old movies until it gets to current. Maybe if they're looking for a big bang like they did with Frozen, but I don't know. I would assume the older movies are cheaper, like compared to the newer movies, who knows? But the older movies wouldn't bring as much traffic as the newer movies. That's kind of hard. That's That's interesting. But to see Corey in the house, I'm not gonna lie, that'd be interesting. I would like to see some That's So Raven. No, I would. That was my jam back in the day. Kraken Crunch Time, thank you for the comment. Let's move on to the next one. The next comment is from Dewa, someone who really wants cars in the game. I'm not gonna lie, Dewa been really begging for cars. They said Wreck-It Ralph is getting so much hype lately and quite sure he'll get a season for it, with Maleficent being the bonus racer. Characters in this season, Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope, Felix, and King Candy. So Wreck-It Ralph, I believe, was a data mine. Again, though, with the data mine, it could just be a test. You can find like quotes or voices in a data mine. Does that mean the character will come to fruition? No, that doesn't mean that. Does it happen a lot of the times? Yes. But again, this is something where you have to be kind of on the fence with this one. A lot of the times when they do the tests, they are doing these tests or they are trying to implement these things based off what they knew before. A game is going to work on all the downloadable content or the later releases as we're playing the current patch, right? In Disney Speedstorm's case, we can see numbers are going down. We can see a lot of the people are very upset with how they're running the game. So we have to keep in mind, if they planned for certain things based off their numbers when they first went free to play in that season right there, compared to the numbers now, they may do something different, or they may maybe make a left field, or they may take a longer time to get to that point. And so again, this is why data mining is kind of sketch to think about sometimes, but I would definitely like to see it, especially because it is a Disney racer, and why would you not have a racing game inside of a racing? I mean, why would you not have a racing movie inside of a racing game? No, I'm just saying. So I agree. Let's read the second paragraph from Diwa. They said Inside Out could be featured here, but I somehow feel season 8 could introduce the Incredibles, which would be really cool, like I said before. We've yet to witness any superheroes in the game, true, and they'll incorporate nicely with the combat racing we have in the game, also true. Also about time we should have the Pixar themed season with season 2 Toy Story, Frozone, Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, Violet, and Dash could be the seasonal characters. Imagine Samuel L. Jackson reprising his role too. Honey, where's my racing suit? Yeah, that's hilarious. That'd be funny. Would he do it though? Would some of these crazy characters, voice actors, really come back to the game and be like, yo, let me say my line real quick. With Woody, I think it was Woody. Yeah, with Woody, it wasn't Tom Hanks, it was his brother. And so, who knows? I think his name was Tom Hanks. Am I wrong? Now I'm confused. Diva, thanks for the comment. Much appreciated. Let's move on to the next one. Superman said, a Winnie the Pooh season with Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Rabbit would be wonderful with Pocahontas and John Smith as bonus racers. I actually did not know Winnie the Pooh was Disney. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me a long time in my life to get to the point and say that Winnie the Pooh is Disney. But alas, here we are. That would be kind of cool. I would actually really enjoy playing as Tigger. I would. That's the boy. When I played Kingdom Hearts a long time ago, should I revisit Kingdom Hearts series on this channel? But when I played Kingdom Hearts a long time ago, I remember that you would get to the Winnie the Pooh area and you would see Tigger, and it was dope. It was dope. So that'd be interesting. Would it happen though? That's the real question that we're talking about. I think That's hard. That's a reach. I think that's a reach. I don't really know which direction they're going in, but I think they're focusing more on actual movies. And to my knowledge, Winnie the Pooh was more of a series. I don't remember it being a straight up movie or what came first, but I think, in my opinion, they might be going towards more of like the straight up movies. Like, as you've seen Mulan, Frozen, like they're going towards these movies. And so I don't know the right direction that they're going in, but it just seems like they're going to be pulling from movies, and they're going to be pulling from old school movies. That's the direction that it looks like it's in right now. But hey, who knows? Maybe season 7 and 8 will bring some new movies, and it'd be kind of dope. We'll see. We'll see. Superman, thank you for the comment. I would definitely like to see what Winnie the Pooh and the cast would look like in some carts. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe in a Disney Speedstorm 2. Let's move on to the next comment. The next comment is from Steven. And if you didn't see it, the little badge right there, that's a Poppin' Often with Lofton badge. That means they are a member of the channel and supporting the channel. I'm not gonna go too crazy into it, but check out those perks, see if it's right for you. I do appreciate the support because you are the reason I can make the videos for everybody else to see. So thank you guys for being Poppin' Often with Lofton members. Steven says, I tried to avoid spoilers and leaks. Smart, I like that. I try to do the same thing as well, but as a content creator, I'm usually spoiled like all the time. So maybe some people already know what's coming next. But I'm also predicting the Lion King racer somewhere this year. I would like to see the Lion King. I feel like Timon and Pumbaa would be pretty dope. I know in the battle game that they had, Timon would be a selectable character, but Pumbaa wouldn't. And Pumbaa would be an ability. So I'm wondering in Disney Speedstorm, would they just say, hey, Timon, you're driving, and Pumbaa is an ability that's used, or they'd put them both in a cart. I would definitely think that they were gonna go the ability route though and do that. That'd be really cool. As far as Simba and Nala, I'm not really sure how that would work. And then the rest of them, like Zazu or Scar, Rafiki could probably be it. Obviously, he's the monkey. But anything else, I don't know. That's rough. I don't know how they would make that work without making it a little bit too crazy. I do remember, however, they used to have a Disney skating game, and that was my jam, by the way. Oh, I wish I remember the name of it. But if you guys have played it, I played a lot of Disney games back in the day. But there's a Disney skating game, and they would have Tarzan, and they would have Simba, and Simba would be on all fours riding a skateboard. So it's definitely possible to see them inside of a cart, but I don't know if that's the direction they want to go right now. I think we'll have to get to that type of character archetype first. So maybe a character that's kind of an animal, but not going too deep into it, like Timon or Rafiki. Like those are two animals, but they're still humanoid animals. I don't think they would jump straight into a four-legged animal like that. So we'll see though. Because 2024 marks the 30th anniversary of the original 1994 movie, and there's supposed to be another live action movie coming out as well. Really? I didn't know that. That's crazy. And let's not forget Dreamlight Valley. Maybe they can easily port characters from there into Speedstorm. Most of them are already here, so it could help us predict which characters are still left to be released. I think they might not be able to straight up port a character. When we're talking about porting a character, if you didn't know, when you port a character, you take its likeness, you take pretty much everything and just drop it into another game. And so I wouldn't say it's just directly copy and paste, but they don't build from ground up. I think with Speedstorm, they might have complications with the size. And so they might have to build it from ground up, because I know Gaston is in Dreamlight Valley, but Gaston looks different from Dreamlight Valley. I know Eve is in Dreamlight Valley and Wally, but I think they still look a little different. I could be wrong though. I didn't look that close to them. But I think if they were to do that, I don't think they'd be straight up porting it. They probably would maybe take some aspects of that. But that'd be interesting. I mean, if they could just straight up port them like that, I would assume we wouldn't need the need for shards and levels and stuff like that. Because then that just means they can just freely bam, bam, next character, bam, next character, bam, next character, bam. And I think you also need a license for that. I think they need to license for each game. It's not like, oh, you have the character for everything. I think it's per each game, but I'm not too heavy in that. If anyone in the comments or in the chat would like to talk about like licenses and stuff like that when it comes to using specific characters or specific things, that'd be dope. We would love to read it. We would love to know. But to my knowledge, when you get a license for something, you can't use it for everything. You're using it for that one specific thing that they said it was okay to use it for. And so I don't think they'd be able to just straight up port like that. But if not, there ain't no license, and they're like, hey, yo, game off, use all my characters. That'd be pretty dope, and I don't think there'd be a need for shards or levels, because you can just port in so many characters. You can make money off of just the characters alone and not have to worry about the little pay-to-win aspect of the Disney Speedstorm that is right now. So, yeah, I don't know. That'd be pretty dope, though. Thank you, Steven, for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. Again, if you want to check out that Poppin' Often with Lofton member perks, as well as just you want to help support the channel, click that join button down below. Let's move on to the next comment. The next comment is from Magoo J. They said, I wouldn't mind getting a Marvel season with Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, and Doctor Strange with Moana and Maui as bonus racers. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. And a car season. That's what I just said with Diva, in a car season. With racers from all three movies. The Baymax Big Hero 6 as a bonus. Or is it Baymax? Baymax. Baymax. That would be pretty cool. I think Big Hero 6 would fit pretty well inside of this. For sure. But Marvel. The thing is, with Disney Speedstorm, it's hard to know which way they want to go with their characters. You know, as an example, we'll take Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. They actually just dropped their DLC. You could probably guess which characters would come because of the fact that the type of game that it is and the type of characters that are already in the game. You can tell, like, okay, this is going to be a character from this. This is going to be a character from that. This would be a good fighter. Disney Speedstorm is kind of like, where are y'all going? Sometimes they go towards like a fighting thing like Mulan, and then they'll jump towards like Lilo and Stitch, which is more jokey and stuff like that. Then you'll jump towards like Mickey Mouse. It's like, I don't really know which direction they're going in when they want to get things. I don't know if they want more humanoids. I don't know if they want more superheroes. I don't really know if they want more like Toon Disney characters. I don't know if JetX is part of Disney. I don't remember. But like, I don't know which direction they want to go. The only thing that I've noticed in the past is that they're just getting old movies or old characters. So again, I don't really know where they want to go with it, but it would be pretty interesting. I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, like to the point where I've platinumed Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. I would have platinumed Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I slacked. But I really like Spider-Man. I really love Spider-Man. I love the movies. I love everything about Spider-Man. So I've even read some Spider-Man comics. So I'd be down to see that, and I'd main the crap out of Spider-Man. But I don't know if that's the direction they want to go in, but that'd be great to see like a superhero season for sure. Magoo, thank you for the comment. I appreciate it, and if I said your name wrong, I apologize. Let's move on to the next comment. The next comment is from Jimmy Johansson. They said, I think season 7 Wreck-It Ralph with Snow White, Cinderella, and Princess Aurora as bonus racers. Ooh, I see you. I will say there is a common theme. Disney Speedstorm has been dragging in a whole bunch of princesses. So I don't think it's far from the mark to see them have another princess added to the game. I personally would love to see Princess Tiana. And I'm just saying, Princess and the Frog was such a good movie to me. I would love to see the Baron. There's just some good characters in there, man. And so if they were to do a princess season, I would like to see Princess and the Frog. But again, they have a lot of princesses in this game, so it wouldn't shock me. Season 8, Inside Out with Flick and Ada as bonus racers. I haven't seen that. I do want to see that movie, but I haven't seen that movie, but it looks really, really cool. I do want to see that movie. Season 9, Tangled with Huey, Dewey, and Louie as bonus racers. Would be dope, but I don't think they would put all 3 of them as bonus racers. I feel like that's a lot. I think what they would probably do is have one of them and then just have an ability with the other 2. Just kind of walk along the track or something like that. Or just have one of them. Like, I don't know if they would just straight up have all 3 in them. That'd be cracked, though. That'd be cracked. I would just see them as crew members to, like, Darkwing Duck or something. And then the season 10, they said Nightmare Before Christmas with Maleficent, Davy Jones, Pete, and Sean Yu as bonus racers. Why do I not know who Sean Yu is? Should I know? Davy Jones would be cracked, by the way. I'm actually looking forward to Davy Jones. I feel like they want to do Davy Jones, but I feel like they might not know how to implement that properly. Not because I don't think they have the design team to do it. I think the design team is great. Oh, what if they do Davy Jones with the Little Mermaid season? They're both underwater. Now that'd be cracked. But what I was gonna say is I don't know if they have Davy Jones could be scary. And so I don't know if they know how to do that without being so scary. You know, you still got to make sure that when you put characters into a game, it's got to fit the thematic. It's got to fit the vision of the game. And so if that doesn't really look like that, they might not do it. But I would love to see that. Jimmy Johansson, thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it. Let's move on to the next one. JCB, they said, based on the data mine, I think we will get Wreck-It Ralph, Snow White as bonus racers on season 7, and Inside Out with Flick and from Bug's Life. On season 8, I know that we have a recent leak from Nightmare Before Christmas, but I think the season would be saved until later 2024, close to holidays, to make more sense. I do agree with you, JB. Or I do agree with you, JCB. Also, thank you for keeping us updated with the time trials. If you guys ever want to be updated or up to date with the time trials, join my Discord server. JCB, top dog over there, making sure that we are staying up to date. As I said before with the data mine situation and just with leaks in general, is that leaks can be fake. When it comes to data mine, it could just be testing things. One of an example of this is I used to play Battlefield. I don't remember which one it was, but I used to play Battlefield and there was a leak for DLC. And we were pretty hyped because it looked pretty good. And then, well, not a leak, I'm sorry, a data mine for DLC. We were pretty hyped, looked pretty good. And then they come to find out they said they're not doing it and never got released. So again, this is not even the only time, but that's just something that I know that was major because that game was pretty intense. There are definitely times where they do that. I think Genshin Impact also had some data mines. Some of them were right, but then some of them just never happened. And again, that's what it is, right? You could put something in the game to test it, and sometimes it's hard to erase the entire trace of it. So they'll just leave it in there. Whether it be because they want to satisfy the data leaks and make people happy and, you know, they want to get them excited, whether it be because they were just too lazy to do it, whether it be that they just didn't want to do it, it just wasn't worth the time. There's a lot of reasons to why traces of things can stay inside of a code or stay inside of the game. And I think with it, we got to be careful. We did get some things from data mines before, but we got to be careful because we don't want to get our hopes up. We don't want to get new players' hopes up. And then they start to come in and they're like, oh, you know, but also some people just don't want to be spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just like, please don't tell me about being data mined. Please don't tell me about no leaks. I just want to wait for them to officially release it. I don't even know if I can trust what Gameloft says sometimes. So I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the times they do be like subject to change, and I'd be like, what's that supposed to mean? Can I trust y'all? Like, who can I trust? I can't trust nobody. But JCB, thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it. I would like to see what you said come to fruition, but also, again, based off just how the game is kind of going right now, low numbers, having issues with a lot of the shop and things like that. I don't know if they're just going to start recycling seasons. I really hope that doesn't happen. Like, I really hope that doesn't happen, but I've seen it happen. They will get to a point where it's like, we have all these plans, data miners do what they do, and sometimes the game is just like, ooh, we don't really have enough money to continue this, or this is just not a project we want to continue. Let's just let it go and kind of slowly update the game little by little, but we just gonna chill out. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. Hopefully they have a new change of ideas in season 6. It sparks up a whole bunch of new players playing the game. The game is a lot more balanced. The game is a lot more fair. It's not pay to win, and we chilling on some high numbers. We out here on Power World level numbers, millions of players gaming. That's what I want. But JCB, thank you for watching. Thank you for, I mean, honestly, thank you for watching. I do appreciate that. But thank you for leaving a comment. Let's move on to the next comment. The next comment is from Poke Vaporwife, another Poppin' Often with Lofton member. They said, hopefully I got my comment in on time. Yes, you did. You did. I was first thinking about AJ and how the rep stated things are subject to change. I had a whole thought process on that front. Then I had an epiphany. What about the parent company, Disney? Clearly the player community as a whole collective has not yet seen any success from Gameloft directly. The game is called Disney Speedstorm. I don't know if it's called Disney's Speedstorm or if it's Disney Speedstorm. Is that how it is? We need to tell mom, dad, parent, aka Disney, that their child, aka Gameloft, is ruining the image of Mickey Mouse and Disney as a brand. With Gameloft, it's kind of hard because I do know Gameloft has several Disney games and they don't all perform horribly, right? If we look at Disney Dreamlight, that performed really well. There's also another game that Gameloft has done for Disney, and I don't know the game, but it's on the arcade for Apple. It's really kind of interesting. I'm kind of shocked. It's pretty good. You get to a point where you need to pay, but you know, that's mobile games for you. But the initial Jolt was pretty nice. It was a good game. I forgot the name, but it was basically you're on the beach and you're restoring the beach and you play little mini games to connect the colors and stuff. It was pretty dope. But you know, again, Gameloft has their hands in a lot of Disney products, and so I'm not sure how anal Disney would be about like, oh, that one game isn't doing that well. You know, it's possible that they could just be like, as long as we're bringing in that paycheck, I don't really care. So we'll see what they do, but I don't think Gameloft is doing anything inherently bad. I'm pretty sure the way that they're running the company is how they already told Disney that they would run it. Like, they already know how Gameloft like runs, right? You wouldn't continue to work with someone you didn't understand. So I don't think Gameloft is doing anything malicious or bad. My eye is like killing me. Like, I don't think they're doing anything bad. They're not necessarily doing anything bad. They're just trying to make money. And sometimes when someone's trying to make money, it appears as though they are doing something bad. That's not really how it goes. Yes, they could have made money a different way. Yes, it could have been a little bit more user-friendly, but they're not intentionally trying to hurt the players. Whether or not we agree with what they do and what they decide to do, they're not just like logging in every day and being like, how can we make every single player miserable? Or you know, what can we do to just make them so frustrated that Papa makes a video on it? Gameloft hates me, by the way. If Disney is allowing Gameloft to do what they have been with Speedstorm, having Mickey Mouse charge and exploit the player base, while at the same time not give Johnny Depp the time of day to contact Disney to even say a word before removing him from the contracts and association, then what other horrible things are the House of Mouse capable of? So that one's hard because we are still seeing it in two different lights, right? Like, the Johnny Depp thing is not the same as a company trying to get money, so to speak. You know, they're not really just saying, hey, we're using Mickey Mouse to get some money from you. It's not that. I think they're running the company the best that they can under what they're being told to do, right? There's always going to be heads above heads above heads above heads. Just because the person leading the Disney Speedstorm team has to make some calls that we all hate doesn't really mean, and I don't even mean we all, some people would actually genuinely like it, but that doesn't mean that they are doing something wrong. They're doing their job. You know what I mean? So, and again, I've worked with many game companies, right? And what you're saying is definitely stuff that I've heard before from other players that are from those games. And again, it really just kind of comes down to, are they really being malicious, or are they just running the game in a way that really focuses that one audience and everybody else is just kind of undermined, right? If we really think about Disney Speedstorm and who it's targeted to and how it's ran, it's for whales. Like, it's actually a game for whales. And if we think about it, that's exactly how a game called MapleStory is like. You can enjoy MapleStory, but a lot of MapleStory's content is definitely hidden behind being able to pay a lot of money to play the game. The difference between that game and Speedstorm is that Speedstorm directly pits you against whales, right? They pit you against players that have been playing for such a long time. And when that happens, it's very unfair and it's very unfun. The reason why MapleStory can still be good is you don't really need to do it to enjoy yourself. If you sign into MapleStory right now, day one, they give you a lot of stuff, give you a lot of events, and you can just go on about yourself doing your own thing. You don't really have to interact with those people that are spending hundreds and thousands on every single drop of an update and things like that. You really don't. You could just chill out and relax. So that's the difference with Disney Speedstorm. And the problem is they don't really understand how to separate the two. They are combining the two and expecting us to get along and play happily. People that are whales, people that play a lot of money or pay a lot of money, are very happy. Why? Because they can climb the leaderboard, they can win almost every single race because they spent the money to do so, and they don't really have to try that hard to do so. The people that are like climbing the leaderboard without the money, and they're like, I'm really trying my best, I'm really trying to drift as much as I'm possible, I'm taking all these shortcuts, and they don't spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on there. They're expecting us to just have a whole happy good time. Is that really taking advantage of Disney? Is that really making them look ugly? I don't think so. I think if you were to play a private match and you were to play any of the characters, or you were to play a local match and you played any of the characters, I think the game serves the characters right. There's nothing really in the game that says Disney's characters or, game is being portrayed in a bad manner. It just... It's just the company doesn't know how to drive the steering wheel. That's all. So that'd be a very, very hard one to really... I don't think they would do anything about it. And again, as I said before, they were aware of how they run their games because Gameloft has multiple Disney games. And so if they put them on this project, they put them on it with confidence. Thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it. Let's move on to the last comment. The next comment is from CFox, another Popping Off the Lofted member. I appreciate the support, guys. I really, really do. You guys are, again, why I can make content like this for people to enjoy. Again, if you want to help support the channel, click that join button down below. They said, I can't really predict anything, but I'd love to see Lion King, Zootopia, Tangled, and Kanto having their own seasons. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I said that right, but we're going to act like I did. When it comes to Zootopia, though, I'm right there with you. I really want to see some Judy Hopps. I really want to see all those characters. Man, I would drive some Judy Hopps. No, I would. We would be hopping along that track. I'm trying to tell you, that'd be insane. I would love that. I feel like stuff like that would definitely be in a roadmap if this game continues to go. Well, if they change their tune and it starts to be more successful than it is, because it's not really successful. In the light that I know that they would want it to be, right? They want it to be more successful. Every company, every game company, every developer, whatever you want to call them, they want to be more successful than they already are. Why wouldn't you want to be more successful? To the standards right now, pretty sure the game is just kind of like, in the middle. It's not really successful, but it's not like below the successful floor. It's just like a success. That's it. If they were going to do that, I think they would need to be like a successful, like, to be up there, because that way they're able to really go hard on a lot of these characters, really go hard on a lot of these seasons. I would really, really, really love to see them be successful. And I would really, really love to see all these things incorporated. However, as I said before, I would just prefer to see a Disney Speedstorm 2. I think it would just cost way too much money to redo Disney Speedstorm. And I also think that everybody who cashed out on this game, whether it be a lot or a little, would be very, very upset if they made it a more balanced game. You cashed because you wanted a character, or you cash because you want it to be faster and win and climb leaderboards and whatnot. And if you took that away from them, Oh, they'd be mad. They'd be really angry. So I think that it'd be better to just ditch the one, let it stay, maybe update it every now and then with whatever, or put them on the same update schedule as the regular. Just have two different, platforms, and there you go, and do something like that. Then that way we can have stuff like this. And as I said, I would definitely pay for it. Like if they dropped it, just think about if they just got rid of the shards, got rid of the levels, and they were just like, you can get this character for this event, but if you missed out, here's $10 or $20 based off how rare it is. Again, drop the rarity. Don't even have no rare. Just make it a regular character. But $10, $20 based off like, I mean, I guess you can still use the rarity for like the pricing, but just not for speed or stats or anything. It's just like, let's just say Zootopia, right? You have Judy Hopps. Well, the rarity of her because she's a main character would be $20. But let's just say they put the sloth in there, then that would probably be like $10. Maybe do it like that. Or for like Toy Story, Woody would be a rarity of $20, and Jessie would probably be a rarity of like $15, and then Buzz would probably be a rarity of $20. Keep them kind of like that. I would definitely pay for that. And again, that pays it. I feel like more people would pay for that. However, I will say that they would need to have more sales. I think one thing that Disney Speedstorm really does well is they get the same person to pay over and over and over and over and over again. You won't be able to really do that with a Disney Speedstorm 2, right? You won't get the same person paying for it over and over and over and over again, because that person is most likely going to be good enough to get the character outright, which means they won't be buying the character. And how are you going to guarantee that someone will want to buy other characters that they don't want to play, right? Let's just say they did bring Lion King and someone's like, I don't like lions, I'm not getting it. It's like, imagine that being a reason why you don't want to do a Lion King racer. It's like, bro, I don't like lions, forget this. But imagine that happens. Well, that's a sale lost. But if we do this shard system, if we do this level system, what's going to happen? I just bought a character. What's going to happen? I'm going to buy more roll boxes, or I'm going to buy more shards so I can get my character up. What's going to happen? I'm going to also buy more materials. What's going to happen? And they're going to keep doing that till they're 5 stars and level 50 or whatever, right? And you can get consistent sales off the same person. This is when it starts to get to the hundreds or the 200s or the 300s or the 400s. I used to play a game like this myself where it would be like, okay, I'm almost going to spend a little bit. But the game was designed to make you spend more and more and more, and they would continue to get the same sale off the same person. If we look at a game like League of Legends, usually you're going to get the sale maybe like once or multiple times, but it's going to be for that one character. You're not going to have someone, I'm going to just use a really basic character. You're not going to have someone just love Ash and buy a whole bunch of Ash skins. And then when they have another random character pop out with a skin, they're like, oh, skin. They're not going to do that. But you can get the same consistent sales from more Ash skin drops. And this is what they do. They actually said this already. They intentionally make a lot of skins for certain characters because we know people will buy them. Literally, that's all that is. And so if Disney Speedstorm took the approach of the character, there's no way they can really compound the sales unless they start making more skins, more cosmetics for these, and start charging money for that. Again, I would pay for that. But with Disney Speedstorm right now, how it is, you don't need to do any extra work. If you're someone who's on the leaderboard, I promise you're buying the next season. That's it. Like, I don't need to do work to sell to you. You will keep buying from us because you want to stay on that leaderboard, period. You will keep buying from us because you don't want to go through the work of time trials, period. You will keep buying from us because you want to max out your character, period. And then next season rolls around, and guess who buys? The same exact people that bought the last time, and it keeps going. And so this is something that I think is why Speedstorm doesn't change, because it doesn't need to. It's just doing its job. And if they were to make a Speedstorm 2, well, then they're going to have to get a new job, right? You're not going to be able to sell to the same person over and over because they just might not like the character. They might not like the skins, right? And if they were going to do that, they were going to need to make Disney Speedstorm 2 be an actual full box release, which I would be down for. Bro, skip all this crappy stuff. Go make an actual balanced game. Sell that to me for $60. I'm game. I'm buying it like instantly. Bet. And then make everything DLC. Buying that instantly. Bet. Drop bonus characters. Buying that. Bet. I'm trying to tell you. So to the point, I don't think that's going to happen because, again, I think what I've noticed, I could be wrong though. Y'all know me. I'd be saying some stuff sometimes, but we've been having a lot of older movies. I'm going to assume older movies are cheaper, right? So I'm going to assume that the older movies are cheaper. If I can get a lot of money from other people without doing any work, they're not buying because they like the characters. I mean, obviously some people will buy because they like the characters, but if I can get the people on the leaderboard or the people that buy every season, they're going to buy it because they want stats. They want NPR numbers. They're going to buy it anyway. It doesn't matter what I put in the game. I can put freaking, I can't think of a Disney movie that nobody knows, but I can put just something that just bombed crazily, something that nobody likes as a Disney movie in the game, and you'll still purchase it. Why? Because again, you're selling to the same exact people that will buy every single season, and they will consistently buy every single season. They're not just going to spend $50. They're going to spend hundreds, 200, 300, 400, 500. And there's all the sales right there. Why would I spend time making the game better when I could just keep getting the same sales from the people that don't really care about if the game gets better or not, right? Seems toxic, but I'm not the one making the game. I'm not the one making the choices. It literally shows based off how they handled the game from back then to now. Thank you, CFox, for your comment, and thank you again for your support in helping to keep the channel running and helping me to be able to create this content. Again, if you want to help support the channel, check out that join button down below. See if it's for you. I did add new perks. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you want to see more podcasts, they are on my channel, either in the recommendeds right there on the side for you guys, or it's going to be after the end of this video. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often with Podcast Lofton.